What is up, y'all? It's your girl Reese and welcome back to my space. If you're new, welcome. If you're old, thank you for rocking with me for another week. We talk everything fashion, luxury fashion, workwear, and jewelry. Today, we're sitting at the shoe wall again, which means we have another episode of high-end versus high street. So as you can see, the shoes are out, so y'all know what it is. We are comparing the Attico Devon Mule with a dupe, which is the Steve Madden Twist with an S. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what it looks like coming out of the box. So the Attico was packaged with just this tissue in the front part so it doesn't get smushed in the box, and the Steve Madden similarly has the same type of packaging. Inside the boxes, we'll go the Attico first. We have two dust bags in the black color with their logo in the front. I never really think it's necessary to have two dust bags, but do you, boo. And then we have tissue paper, kind of like their signature, I don't know, print. And that's it. On the Steve Madden side, the box itself is made of recycled cardboard already, so that's nice that they mentioned that. And there is no dust bag. And it has the Steve Madden tissue paper, so very similar to the Attico, except for there's like one layer instead of the two layers like the Attico. But as a designer, I expect you to have a little more razzle dazzle anyways. So today we'll be comparing the shoes in our regular categories for quality, comfort, and style. So we'll start with the Attico. So for quality of the Attico, this is very good. At first glance, I will say that because it is patent leather, there's no room for fraying or anything. All of the stitches are perfect. There's a little bit of glue marks, like, but you can't even see them. Like very, very few glue marks though. The shoe itself, 10 out of 10. And I don't think I've ever given a 10 out of 10 for a designer shoe when I've done this type of video, but maybe it's the patent leather. Like y'all just killed it. No glue, no nothing. Also, it's a very simple style, so maybe they're not gluing so many pieces, less room for error. Okay, moving on to the Steve Madden. So the Steve Madden shoe is a leather exterior, so I believe it's like this piece right here and where the toe is. I don't know if this back piece is a patent leather. It feels it could be. You know what, we're just gonna assume and give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it is leather. The inside is synthetic and so is the bottom sole. I have worn this outside, as you guys can see. I've only worn the Attico on the inside my house, but for full work days when I'm working from home, up down the stairs, standing in them. So I tried my best to get like accurate representation of both so I could review it properly. So it looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie to you. The composition of it, like putting it together, there's like small bits, like the heel wasn't glued on perfectly straight to the shoe itself. There's a bit of glue marks here and there, and then the Steve Madden one has this like little cut and elastic on this bit right here, and the Attico doesn't, and I think this is for, you know, stretch, so for comfort, which I do appreciate. But because they have that, there's a bit of room for error, so there's, you know, like glue pieces sticking out and stuff like that. So for the Steve Madden, for quality, I would say that I would give this an 8 out of 10. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Up next is comfort. So like I said, I wore the Attico at home for a couple days, like all day, like full 8-hour work days, going up and down my stairs, standing while I was like making lunch and stuff. I was trying to get the most accurate representation for you guys to see about comfort. Girl, no. I have friends who have these shoes, or this shoe, and I asked them about it and they were like, no, it's a very comfortable shoe. Girl, what? It's not. But it might just be me. I like a shoe that kind of secures me in there, has an ankle strap or like a back part. For a mule, like I do have mules, but they're lower in heel. This is a 4.5-inch heel, so I felt like while I was walking I was flopping in the back, you know, like a mule would flop in the back. And the heel being as large as it is, it's quite heavy to me. It's not like overly heavy where you put it on, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a heavy shoe. But after a while, like after so many hours of like flopping at the back of my foot, it felt heavier to me. So I didn't think it was that comfortable. Now, saying all that, it does have the large heel, so I feel like it does take off pressure. If I was wearing a stiletto all day, I don't think I could be wearing a stiletto all day, really and truly. Like a skinny one, no. So that does take off the pressure of the shoe. So for comfort, I would give this a 7 out of 10. Now onto the Steve Madden. Same heel height, 4.5-inch heel, same style heel. It does have this little elastic thing for stretch, but that wasn't the problem that I found in the Attico one. I didn't think it was like overly tight at the front of my foot, and I have a wide front of my foot, so I thought that was nice. So although Steve Madden thought about this, it didn't really affect me negatively in the shoe that didn't have it. I wore this to an event outside where I was standing for 2.5 hours straight, maybe a little bit more than that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, girl, I was dying. I was dying when I got home. I was like, oh my gosh, my poor feet. My feet were hurting all into the next day. But again, same thing. I think it was the flopping so much of the shoe. It does have padding. Both of them have padding, but I don't think that helped so much. It was just standing in a heel for so long. And maybe you weren't like fully secured in it because you don't have like the ankle strap or like the back part of it. So same thing for me, it's gonna get a 7 out of 10 because I was able to stand for the 2.5, 3 hours, but I wasn't happy with the standing. Okay, next category is style. So obviously we'll start with the designer, and it is a really unique take on a very common shoe. The mule is something that has been done again and again over so many years by designers and contemporary designers and high street, and just everyone has done a mule. You know, we have this type of mule. It's a sandal mule. I really love their take on it with the heel. Like, it's become a statement to their brand, similar to Amina Muaddi, where she has that like statement Amina heel that no one else can really copy. Like, another designer couldn't come in and be like, I'm gonna make a shoe that has that heel. I feel like the Attico has done that with this shoe, which I really do appreciate because it's a simple style. It's just elevated. Also, they have a ton of colors. Now, a lot of their colors are extremely bright and fun, like this green color. This is called fluoro green, I believe. And I think that's adorable and super fun too, and like extremely trendy right now. Or, you know, if you're a person who wears a lot of neutral colors and you're looking to like change it up and get a pop of color, this is really, really fun. So for like style and uniqueness, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Yeah. So for Steve Madden, girl, when you're a dupe, you gotta lose points because you didn't do much except for copy the designer, but you have to make a few changes. I think it's like at least 4 differences or you'll get hit with the lawsuit for copyright. So they did make their differences. You know, the heel, as you guys can see, this one is a little more exaggerated. You know, there's like, it juts in here a little bit more, whereas this one doesn't. It's a little more muted. They're not as big comparing. Like, this one goes straight down. It's kind of more rectangular, whereas this one is a little more of a, is it a trapezoid? I don't know. A rhombus? Girl. Okay, anyways, don't come for me for that. For not knowing my shapes that way. I feel like that's a rhombus, right? Anyways, let me know in the comments below what shape that is because I would normally Google it. Anyways, so this is a bit more muted, and then it has the little slit, like I said earlier, for comfort. The front of the shoe is more rounded than rectangular, and it makes it less edgy to me personally. This is a very edgy and fun shoe, whereas this a little bit more muted, but I think muted has its benefits. Like, this might have a little more longevity than this style, you know? Maybe next year we won't like wearing like very sharp, edgy shoes and we want a little bit more muted style, so this might have a little more longevity. Also, the colors that the Steve Madden has done are, this is the bone color, there's a black, and then there's a purple color. I don't know the name of it, but it's not as out there as the Attico options. So for style, I would give this a 7. You lose lots of points for copying. It is what it is. But you still keep some points because you are catering to more longevity because it's not as bold and edgy, I guess. Okay, so moving on to the comparison of the two. So price point for the Attico is $655 USD, and the Steve Madden is $99, 99.95, I think. something like that, USD as well. Both of these shoes I bought online. This one is available at all, like not all, but a lot of more luxury retailers, like department retailers online and in store. Like I've seen them at Saks or Holtz or something of that sort. And then Steve Madden has their online store and brick and mortars, and they're also available in department stores like Nordstrom, so you can buy them in person too. So I bought both of these online, and this shipped for free from Essence, and this I bought in the US, and I shipped it to the US, and it was $18 for shipping, which I was like, that's very rude. That's a lot for shipping. And typically if I wasn't doing this video and looking for a dupe, I would have closed that window because for some reason I would spend a lot of money on, like, I'll have like 13 things in my cart. I know I'm spending a bag, and then it comes to shipping and I'm like, I feel like that should be free. And then shipping is like $20. I'm like, nope, close the entire window. I don't know what it is. It has to be like a mental thing. Like you're just, no, absolutely not. But regularly, that $18, nah, wouldn't have happened. But because it was for a video, I guess. So sizing comparison. I got both of these in an 8.5 because on the websites that I bought them from, they said to size up. This one said to size up half a size. This one said it was true to size, but I was like, I don't believe it. So I'm gonna size up half size just in case. And thank God I did. This fits perfectly. So does this in an 8.5, and I am a true size 8. The heel height, both of them are a 4.5 inch heel, so it's quite tall, y'all. You know, you're trying to putting on some inches. Some inches, quite tall for a mule. And this is why, again, I feel like I don't like it, because it click-clacks in the back. It just flops to the back of your foot. It ain't it for me. I mentioned the materials earlier, but this is 100% leather, and this one is leather exterior but synthetic interior and sole. And this one is made in China, whereas this one is made in Italy. So, as a shoe gal and kind of a collector and a girl who really enjoys fun shoes, I personally think for the price point of a luxury shoe, this is definitely worth it. Like, you get bang for your buck. Like, it's 100% leather. It's super unique if that's what you're going for. Obviously, if you're gonna buy the shoe, you're going for like a super fun, edgy shoe. I think this is worth it, especially for, like I said, the designer price point. Like, a lot of the luxury shoes are at least $1,000. Granted, this is a little more contemporary designer, but it's giving me like Jacquemus when he had that year where, you know, all the girlies started wearing Jacquemus, and now everybody wears Jacquemus. Everybody's wearing like Attico now, honey. Everyone. So I feel like it's gonna get there, and the price is gonna start going up for this. But right now, this is great, and you can also find these shoes on sale on all the websites. Just pay attention. These ones are on. It's an Aussie retailer, Satire. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're on sale for like $300. There's like only one left, and by the time I post this video, there might be 0 left, but I'll post a link below if there is. But you can catch them on sale for like half the price, because it's contemporary designer. Those go on sale quite quicker, and they go down quite faster. The Steve Madden, $100. Honestly, I think this is just like standard high street pricing. Like Steve Madden, Aldo, those type of shoes, $100 for a pair of heels is very standard for them. I'm not mad at that if you're trying to achieve the look for less. But if you do have bank to go luxury designer, I would do this for sure, especially for that $18. What? Like, I'm not over that. I am not over that. So all in all, I think both shoes are wonderful. If you have it and you're considering it, I think that this is worth it. Composition, quality, style, all a little bit better than the Steve Madden version. But if you're just trying to, you know, get a 1-2 wear and for a look, then yeah, this one. Anyways, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below which one you like better, or if you have them, let me know what you think. Review them for me in the comments, and I will see you guys next video.